Hi, Roy. Commiserations today. Just what are the overriding emotions after that one?
Well, obviously, it's saddening to lose a game where I don't think at any stage we were being particularly outplayed or under enormous pressure, but unfortunately we made mistakes, and our mistakes were harshly punished, and as a result you even suffer a very harsh scoreline. But for large spells of the game, I thought we were certainly equal to our opponents, but they got the goals and we didn't, and that's why you're sitting here having suffered another heavy defeat.
Does that make it even tougher to take because it was almost self-inflicted?
Yeah, I mean, all goals are mistakes, aren't they? So let's be fair. Some are more obvious ones than others, but there's mistakes along the way. But Jamie scored 2 goals, and yet I was just talking to him. We actually kept him fairly quiet, I thought, for large periods of the game, and our goalkeeper wasn't exactly under enormous pressure during the 95 minutes, but he's picked the ball out the back of the net 3 times. When you go a goal to nil down, and particularly you go 2 goals to nil down, it's always going to be very difficult against a team of Leicester's quality because A, they defend very well, they don't let many goals in, and B, they keep the ball quite well. But our players didn't let their heads drop, which is very commendable, and we kept trying. But in the end, we're travelling back to London having lost the game 3-0.
It is 3 in a row defeats-wise now, Roy, but the top half and a top half finish is still within reach. Is that what you'll be telling your players? Is that the motivation for the rest of the season?
Yes, I guess it is. We have talked about that, and we'd like to, do that, of course. But our first priority has got to be to try and put a stop to this losing run and to get a few more points on the board so we can finish the table at least as high as we can finish up the table, even if we maybe don't put enough wins together to get into the top 7 or 8 places, which might give you some European football.
Just final one from me, Roy. You mentioned Jamie Vardy there. He's the latest entry into the Premier League Century Club. Just how big an achievement is that from Jamie Vardy?
Well, I think it's a fantastic achievement. I mean, it's been a wonderful marriage between him and Leicester City Football Club. To win the Premier League. He's come to Leicester fairly late in his career, so I think they must be absolutely delighted that they signed that player from Fleetwood. I think it was when he signed all those years ago, and he's just gone from strength to strength, and he shows no sign really of letting up. And to get 100 goals, fantastic achievement. You've got to take your hat off to all players who score that amount of goals, and I think Jamie in particular, because he's done it, as I say, having come into the Premier League relatively late.
Thanks, Dharmesh. Who else would like to ask a question? Andy McSteen.
Hello, Roy. Bad luck on the game. In terms of the defence, you obviously brought on Tyreek later on in the game. Do you see the defence maybe changing over these next few games with so many games in a short amount of time? And on a second point, with Mamadou's slight mistake there for the goal, is he a big enough character to sort of come into the locker room, the changing room afterwards, and speak to the team and say sorry, or is that not?
Yes,
is that mocking?
Absolutely. That was the first thing he did. It's one of those mistakes which happen in a game of football, and not so much you can do about it. It was pretty decisive because at that period of time, I thought we were looking as though an equaliser was certainly within our grasp or within our potential to get. Unfortunately, when that one went in, it did make the task perhaps too much of an uphill one. But yes, of course, he apologised for that, and it was nice to give Tyreek a game. It was only a question really at 2-0. We didn't look like we were going to get those 2 goals to get a point from the game, so it was a chance to spare Patrick for 10 minutes or so for the game on Tuesday. And when it comes to the other players, we've got 3 central defenders, basically. 2 can play and 1 doesn't. So the idea of making wholesale changes in our defence over the next games is out of the question because we don't have the senior players to be able to do that.
Thank you, Roy. Thank you, Joe. Safe journey.
Okay, if there's nothing else, we'll leave it there.
Joe, can we do Mondays quickly?
Okay, a couple of questions. Go on, Matt.
Hiya, Roy. Okay.
Yeah.
I just to go back to Jamie, because obviously you gave him his England debut and you took him to the Euros in 2016, and I remember he's very different